Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the iFox Juice podcast. I'm your host, Juice. I'm here with my co-host, Reen. What's going on, Reen?
What it do? We're back.
Yes, and first and foremost, I'd like to apologize for no show last week. We actually did record one. I just did not do my due diligence of recording. I have not been in the best state of mind, and I'll kind of just leave it at that. So I apologize. The good thing is you should be getting a twofer now. You should be getting 2 shows in 1 week, so hopefully that'll make up for it. So get that out of the way. I know there's not any fights this weekend, and there really hasn't been for a while, but we're just this show is going to be mostly talking matchups because a lot of matches have been announced. So we're going to be talking matchups, a few headlines, the little ones that came out, and since 246 is next week and it's a pretty stacked card, I figured we'd look into some of the fights. So we're going to do a little mini preview of that. And the first fight we're going to talk about is Sabina Mazo versus JJ Aldrich. I think this is a fantastic fight. I think they match up very well, and it's 2 of my personal favorite fighters in the lower ends of that division. I think they're both pretty entertaining, and I'm interested to see how Mazo's outside game is going to work against, her being the bigger, longer fighter, how it's going to work against a shorter counter puncher in Aldrich. I think it should be an interesting fight. So what's your take on it, Reen?
I'm looking at it right now. I forgot they were actually on this card because I was thinking about McGregor and Cowboy the entire time.
And they are opening it up. This is the
the first one.
This is the Fight Pass prelim opener. So this is the very first fight of the night. So that's where you're going to be able to find that one.
That's right. She beat Dobson in August.
Mm-hmm.
Shayna Dobson. And
I was there for that one.
Oh, yeah. JJ did fight again. Because, she got beat by your girl, Macy.
Yeah, and then who did she? It was who was it? Oh, Mueller. Yeah. It was a good fight.
I missed that one, I think. I don't remember that one. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. JJ Aldrich. Man, Sabina. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. I'll have to look at it some more later, but.
Well,
she's up and comer. My gut feeling, JJ.
Yeah, JJ. Yeah, and they're both young. Yeah, JJ obviously has the experience. Very, very skilled as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel that I wasn't super impressed by the Shannon Dobson fight. But it was good to see that Mazo's been working on her wrestling, and she was like, okay, she doesn't want to just be a striker. So if she's going to continue with this, if she's going to be like a full martial artist, a full mixed martial artist, I wonder how that's going to work with JJ, if that's going to work out in that way, similar to the Dobson fight. So I guess gut. Actually, it's tough. I don't really have a gut feeling on it. I'm just going to, I guess, a slight feeling. I'll just go with Mazo. I think she's going to get better. I think she's gotten better. But I don't have any real confidence in it. It's just kind of maybe just more of a hope, even though I really like Aldrich too. If Aldrich wins, I'm not going to be sad. Next fight. The next 2 fights are fights that we're very we're going to have a lot invested in. And these are all going to be on ESPN. These are the televised prelims. First fight, Andre Fili and Sodiq Yusuff. So I'll just let you go with this one, Reen, because this is doubly good for you.
I love Yusuff. Well, he's on a 5-fight win streak right now, I think. Right? Is it 5? I'll look it up. But Fili's been on like a 2-fight win streak. They both beat Shaman Moraes. But
and Fili more impressive because he knocked him the fuck out.
Right? I was gonna say that, like in round 1 too. Dude, it's crazy. I don't know. This is gonna fight of the night written all over it, possibly.
Yeah, I think the Pettis Fajeda fight might can pull that off. But that's like if all the ingredients are there, you know, like if Pettis is kind of off, it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be kind of boring. You know what I mean? But if all the ingredients are there, it probably could be fight of the night. But this one, yeah, I think it's probably the number one contender.
Oh, I love it. I don't know though. No, Yusef. I gotta go with my boy. No, I gotta ride with Yusef.
Yeah, same here, and I like Feely. It took me a while to get on board with him. I don't know. I'm always just hesitant with any of the alpha male guys for some reason. But Feely is legit. And then once Max Holloway said that he thought that that was like one of his toughest fights, I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
damn. You know, I was like, dude, this guy's Max Holloway's not gonna say that about just anybody. You know,
the hardest hitter that
the
he's
hardest
faced.
hitter, yeah. And he's
Yeah,
faced who? Cub Swanson, Jose fucking Aldo, Connor.
yeah. And Philly's been working with CSA with the striking, so
Oh yeah, you mentioned that before the the Moraes fight.
so it's gonna be interesting, man.
So
It's gonna be
he's
a good
still
fight.
there.
Yeah, he's still going back and forth.
Nice, nice. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully fight of the night looks like it's got those kind. Man, the Yusuf and Benitez fight, I knew that one was gonna be good, and that was fucking badass. So I think Feely's got a little bit more a little bit more to bring to the table than Benitez. So if I get just a little bit of that, that's gonna be good enough for me too. Last fight of this little mini preview. Our girl Macy Barber is fighting some chick named Roxanne Modafferi. Anyway, uh, I mean, I think we talked about this one a lot when it was first announced. I still think we're one of the few people actually giving Roxy a chance, and I guess I'll start with this. Are we being just super biased, or like is this legit? Like, especially that the fight's so near now. Like, do you think we're still being super nice to Roxy, or you think this is legit?
It's legit, right? Because I mean, come on,
Yeah,
Roxy's
I,
a
I agree.
vet.
I agree.
Roxy's a vet. You know, she's had some tough matchups lately, but I mean, she beat Antonina.
That's what I was gonna say too. There's this thing about Roxy that I think people seem to forget because, yeah, she's lost plenty of fights, and people can point to, she's had some really bad losses. There's that, especially a few years ago. But there's been a thing with Roxy lately where she seems to overachieve in fights that people don't expect her to win. The Sarah D'Alelio fight where she fucking gashed her open with one fucking elbow against Sarah D'Alelio, who her nickname is the monster, and she really is a fucking monster. Cut her open. Yeah, dominated Antonina Shevchenko. Was doing well, I mean, and then look at some of her losses. Like, I don't think. I mean, even who was it? Jennifer Maya. I mean, she
Jeremiah,
came in
yeah.
overweight, so she didn't look
Hmm.
great in that fight. But she was so, what, three,
She's
4 pounds
game.
overweight that like I took nothing away from her.
Yeah, she was still fighting it. And like, how many people did she deal with that came in overweight? How many girls?
Yeah.
Too many, man.
And
But
then the first Jennifer Maya fight, she did really good, and a lot of people didn't think that she would have done that good. So I mean, she's just been doing this the past couple of years. The Tara La Rosa fight, even though Tara La Rosa is not who she once was, even at that time, she beat the fuck out of her in a striking battle. I mean, she's not the Roxy of old. She's not the tough house Roxy. And yeah, Macy Barber's very talented and athletic and strong and determined, but don't let Roxy's nice demeanor fool you,
yep.
Macy. Especially, well, I guess you want to talk about that. You DM'd me that picture. I hadn't seen it till you sent it earlier.
I thought it was sweet. Like Roxy's making sure that, Macy knows what's up with their stay at the Palms Casino. I guess some of the places don't have like some of the rooms they don't have like tubs and they gotta cut weight.
I think that's
So
also a thing of like I've been fucked over too much. Like, bitch, you better
yes.
not fuck me on this one.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
Especially with
'Cause-
Macy, because she's had some bad weight. Because nobody talks about that though, because it
right?
was when she was young and not in the UFC. But
Yeah, and I think she's fixed it because she's now what, going back and forth? the PI or something. So she's got that handled. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Roxy is like, bitch, you better fucking come in on, on point. Just let me, just telling you right now, like, here's this, here's that. If you need help, let me know. You're in my town now.
I know Roxy's a pro and she's a veteran and she's definitely not gonna back out of a fight. But I hope and I don't hope that Macy Barber misses weight. Of course not. Nobody wishes that. But if
But
she does,
that would be so
I
funny.
actually no, I actually hope that
I would
Roxy
laugh.
pulls out. I
Oh,
actually
okay.
hope Roxy pulls out because like this is too much, man.
I would
And then
laugh. Sorry. I would laugh. I'm sorry. But
if Macy doesn't make weight,
yeah, I would laugh, but I would feel bad for Roxy. Because it's
yeah.
another opponent. Like, fuck.
Because at that point, it's like you're facing a young girl who they're clearly trying to use to, use your name to get off of. So I'd be
Yes.
like, well, fuck that. Fuck this little bitch. I ain't giving her shit.
Yes, exactly.
I've been through enough. I've fought world champions. I've fought the best in my division. And I've been getting fucked over lately for these girls that don't make weight. So I'm not going to do you the favor. I mean, it would suck because obviously she's not going to get paid either. That's the reason that most of these fighters take fights even when they come in severely overweight because you got to get paid. But if she's in any opportunity to not do it, fucking do it, man.
Seriously. I would.
Yeah.
Especially, but on this card, though, that would be tough.
Yeah, a lot of hype, a lot of press, a lot of attention.
So, yeah, whatever happens, happens. But I wanted to send her a message in Japanese, like, can you make her cry? Can you make her
Uh,
cry? But she's so sweet. I saw that message, that Instagram DM to Macy from Roxy. I was like, she's too sweet. I ain't gonna send that to her. Like, make her cry, please. That was gonna be my message.
so suffice it to say, we are going with Roxy on this one.
Hell yeah, man. I can't disrespect Roxy like that. She's a vet. She's an OG of the game. Fuck that, man.
she
She's
made
gonna run into a real one now. Macy's gonna run into a real one.
she makes you regain your faith in white people.
Yes, she's so sweet.
She's nice. She knows a foreign language.
I know
She's a
man,
nerd.
she puts in a lot of effort. Like, she can totally be an English teacher and make hella money, but she wants to fight. She wants to train kids. She loves her job. She's been doing it for a long time.
Have you heard Roxy speak Japanese?
Yeah,
She speaks it
she's
well.
good. Yeah, she's
Oh,
better than
okay.
me, man.
Damn, that's saying something.
So, yeah,
Then
she's
again, I'm no
fucking,
one to judge.
she's Japanese for real, man. I respect that girl
All right.
and her sock game.
I saw a game. Yeah. All right. So Roxy all the way on that one, obviously. So that's it for the mini preview. Get into the main card next week because basically the whole main card is good. Probably cover every single fight on that one.
Even the main?
Yes, even the main. We're gonna talk. Actually, all right. Let's stop with the preview and let's get straight into headlines. Speaking of which, talking about the main event, Cowboy Cerrone has sent a sort of warning out to Connor to say something that probably shouldn't be said about he better not talk shit about my son or my grandma. There's not really much to go off of in the headlines this week because not a lot has been happening. But given that this fight's happening next week, obviously he's going to get in a lot of press, and we know Connor's tendency to quote unquote go there. What did you think about Cerrone's comments?
That's real. That's real. You better take that advice, Connor. That's real. He's already seen your antics. He didn't name his girlfriend, wife. No, he said his kid and grandma. You know that's serious.
And I guess I don't know. I mean, obviously, I don't think he'd be pleased if he said anything about his girl, but I
But
think he probably knows like he's gone there. He might go
yeah,
there, but this is the red line. This is the
yes,
line in the sand.
this is a different level. Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. So, yeah, it's interesting that he said it. He pointed the two most valuable people in his life. His
Yeah,
grandma's been there forever, and yeah, his kids. I mean, that's danger, you know? That's Junior right there, so something's gonna fucking break. Maybe a foot? Who knows?
Yeah, Connor doesn't need any more legal trouble. You know, well, Cerrone doesn't need legal trouble, but he's gonna be at the point where he's gonna say fuck it if some shit like that pops off.
You know, it's been peaceful so far.
Yeah, like I've been seeing things like, well, that was, I guess, we can put it in the headlines if you want to call it that. That Dana announced, I think today or yesterday, that there's gonna be a press conference next week. Which
Yes.
I find funny that people are making a big deal of. I'm like, there's always a press conference on Wednesday of a fight night, but
Right.
since it's Connor, it's an
It's a
event.
big deal. Yeah, of course. All these commercials that they're, you know, they got airing right now. Yeah, it's all surrounded around Connor. It's like the fucking whole like Ronda effect when Ronda was facing Amanda with the comeback fight.
Yeah, but well, yeah, I mean, it has been a while, and he's coming off a loss, but
Yep. Losses everywhere.
I think
By old men too.
that was kind of like a draw. I'll give Connor that credit. He threw the punch, so he took initiative. Oh man, but I think next week, I don't know. I think once we start seeing Embedded's tweets, MMA fighting stuff, I think we're gonna start seeing more of Cowboy. Like I think I'm not gonna say they're gonna get fair coverage. Like it's gonna be 50-50 Connor and Cowboy, but I think Cowboy is gonna get his fair amount of press.
Well, Cowboy's been doing his own documentary too, I guess, with this whole thing.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So he's doing that, like the Mac Life and shit. Yeah, they'll have Embedded. So.
Yep.
But how sad does the poster look? Have you seen it?
I don't hate it. I mean, I don't like it, but I don't.
They didn't put in a lot of effort, man. They just like put one half of this guy, and then there's Cowboy, and then they just smashed the posters together. They're like, no fucking effort.
And the flag. Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing people that a lot of people hated the McGregor Khabib poster, the one with black and white and the eyes with the flags. Do you remember what that one looked like?
No, I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, it was just a black and white picture of both their faces, like facing the camera, and their eyes had the colors of their flags, of the Russian flag and the Irish flag. But people didn't like that one. Some people say it's like one of the worst posters ever. I'm like, it's not bad. But then again, we can't expect much out of this shit, you know? There was a fight coming up for one of the, I don't think it's a pay-per-view, one of the fight nights or something coming up. That was
God, this one. Oh God, this at least there's some like blending going on here.
The Khabib one?
Yes. And the Conor one, I mean, at least there's some blending of the two. The other one is just like cut down the middle. Just a line down the it fucking bothers me. I'm like, what is this shit? Like my son can do a better job.
Oh, I still think, and if you don't remember this since you're already on Google, I implore you, do you remember UFC 209?
No.
That was Woodley versus Thompson 2. So remember, that fight was terrible as it was.
Yeah.
But the poster. The goddamn poster. Look it up. Just Google UFC 209 poster. If you saw it, and once you see it again, you are gonna remember.
The fight was kind of like that. Horrible.
That was.
They just have them like. What?
That was literally done in 2 minutes.
They're like, let's just send her here. Here's the text here. We'll just put UFC 2. Okay.
No color, no nothing. Nothing.
It's all black and white. Yeah. Let's just send her this here. Yeah. No imagination. Nothing.
Literally black and white. Not even gray. Like, oh, okay. There's some contrast here. It's like.
Yeah. Just
the background's all black, and then you have Tyron Woodley in black and white, and then Stephen Thompson in black and white. That's it. That's it. That's still the worst piece. That was the thing that I literally did not believe until fight day. Even like fight week, I was like, that's not the poster. Like they're gonna come up with something better by the time this happens, and they didn't. That was the poster that you saw in the arena when you walked in that night.
I don't understand why it gets worse and worse. I don't understand why in this department they can't seem to do a good job in.
Every once in a while, they pull a good one. Like I still remember 214, the one that we went to, Jones and Cormier too. They had the one they were in the cage and like looking at one another, but it
Yeah,
looked like they were from the floor. Like that was cool. That
that's
was like
yeah.
one of the coolest ones I remember. And then I think the coolest one ever still is 181 Lawler Hendricks rematch. It was drawn like a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
That was super cool. That's without a doubt the coolest one, I think.
Yeah, they should just like hire Boss Logic full time. I don't get it.
They've never hired him for anything, huh? Like I think oh no, Reebok hired him. So I guess that's why the shirts got a bit better, but
Invicta uses them every now and then, right?
Invicta's got some decent posters. Yeah, like they're at least imaginative.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I thought these were like collectibles and shit. They don't really put any effort into them.
Yeah, and I think they still do that thing. I mean, yeah, they still show on every embedded, right? That they when they come on to fight week, all
Yeah.
the fighters are signing the posters and doing all that. I remember Dana always says that's like for charity, and they usually get money to like veterans and all kinds of
Yeah, they
good.
have them. They're selling them too outside.
And then yeah, and that too, and it's like, fuck, man,
Yep.
it's just for the signature. You're not even gonna put any thought into the poster.
Right?
Yeah.
I want to get your money anyways.
So we go from talking about that fight to Cerrone's warning to the posters, but yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about tonight, folks. So we're really gonna be rambling
Like
tonight.
rambling.
So
It's all good.
so no real segue here, but I guess this is the thing that's been going on this week. Probably the biggest story of the news because Twitter is where a bunch of good things happen. Of Mike Perry continues to use the N word, and it was extremely egregious this time, as if it wasn't the other times, but it was very, very bad this time because he actually tagged Michael Jai White, who, if you're living under a rock, is a black man. And I just can't believe there's even a debate going on that ain't cool.
Yes.
And like
The debates are killing me, man.
like oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna let you go on this one, Reen,
Like,
because
who
I'm like
fucking
just kind
raised
of
you?
I'm just trying to fucking get my breath together with this one.
Somebody asked for my take earlier today on it, and I was just like, it was bad enough that Mike Perry was going after Jai White in the first place. And then he drops that tweet with the M bomb. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man? Like, what the
Wait,
fuck are you doing?
was he saying something before that?
Yeah, he was just like sending tweets to him, like, I guess he didn't like the tone in his voice with that video that he did talking about Kimbo and how he trained him
Oh,
with one of his moves or
oh.
something. So that sparked all this bullshit. And then, yeah, he's just been like calling him out and wanting this fight. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what happened? Like, is this too much weed or are you on something else? Like, because I started to like him. He started to grow on me, and now you're acting like this. And I don't care. Like 2%. Look, man, you're a fucking idiot. You shouldn't say that. No, it's not right. And the people that are debating it, no, it's never okay. It's not right. I don't know what's going on these days. It's like, is it a fucking trend? Like all these young kids are saying it or something? Like, do you know where the fuck that came from? Like,
Uh,
who fucking raised you? Like, what's going on with Twitter blowing up? Like, having debates about it. Like, that's what got me. I'm like looking at it like, are you fucking kidding me? Nobody gets it?
you're definitely right about that. And as someone who's yeah, I've seen plenty of kids who just say it outright. Whether you're at the fucking liquor store, at the McDonald's, at just anywhere where there's teenage to young adult kids, yeah, they say it, and like it's rare, but I've seen times when there's black kids in the group, and the non-blacks are saying it. It's like they gave them the pass, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, there's definitely kids who there's not any black kids in the group, and they continue to say it. And I feel like that's happened But I think it's like sometimes it's a phase with people that they just think that that's okay, and then I don't know, maybe they get a black friend, they finally realize that it's not cool, or a fucking adult talks to them, is like, hey, shut the fuck up. But yeah, you're not wrong. There's that's definitely a trend now.
It's wild to me, man. I texted you earlier about that, and I'm like, I know at least 3 females that be saying shit like that, and I look at them like, what the fuck? Who the fuck raised you, man? Like, I don't care how much black cock you fucking take. You have no right to fucking say that. That's how I feel about it. That's my opinion. I'm sorry for like being a little graphic there, but you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like, just because you get a
we're
little,
not naming names. I'm sorry.
you always got some black cock and you don't mean you can say it.
And
Sorry.
who knows? Maybe there was one boyfriend before who didn't mind said, or I don't know. Like with some people, I gotta imagine that somebody gave him a pass, and then they think that it's like Visa accepted everywhere. No, no, come on, man. If
Damn.
someone gives you a pass, fuck, nobody can say shit about it except that other person. But that also goes with, well, that person gave you that pass, then stay it around them, and be careful with others.
No, I came from a different era, so I never said it, never will. I, mm-mm. I don't feel comfortable hearing it when people that should be saying it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess people think that's weird, but
Well,
that's my. It came from a dark place. Come on now.
I grew up believing that most people were very uncomfortable with it. I'm gonna say go on a limb here and say that I still think most people are uncomfortable with it. At least I hope so. But yeah, it definitely seems like a trend now to just I don't know, man. I think the fact that hip hop is now the number one music in the globe, like more people in the world listen to hip hop than anything else. It's like, well, yeah, we all like it now. Where maybe when we were growing up, it's like, well, yeah, that's a very uh, communal thing. You know, it's like that's usually just for. It was mostly just black people and people that lived in the hood that like that shit. Now it's like suburban white kids like this shit, and fucking people in Asia like this shit. People in Europe like this shit. People in the Dominican, the fucking the Caribbean like it's global. So now maybe they think that it's just like a global language. I don't know. I don't know, but it does seem like some people are less offended now. And talking about Tyron Woodley with the poster and all that, like this Ty- Perry is Woodley's boy. I haven't looked anything lately, but I remember he kind of basically said that he'd given him a pass years ago, and I haven't seen him comment on this. And it's just so funny because Woodley's like the most sensitive dude when it comes to racial issues in the sport, not just in the UFC, but just in sports in general. But he's given Mike Perry a pass.
Okay, man. If that's odd to me. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, it's odd. I mean, if he feels comfortable with it, then I mean, who am I to say anything then? But I don't feel comfortable with it. And there's some other people that I respect. You know, I've seen their tweets and I'm like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way, man.
Okay, this is gonna sound real. Okay, well, let me ask you something, and then I'll say my piece. So you kind of alluded to it earlier. So you're saying he was winning you over? Are you now not a Mike Perry fan, or are you still like on the fence, or what?
I just want him to shut the fuck up and fight.
Okay.
That's it, man. Like, come on. Can we just
Okay.
Why? What are you doing? Like, this can't be good for his image, right? It can't be. Like, it was already bad enough, but come on. You're on a different platform now. You've been fighting. You've had good fights. You know, you've been on ESPN. You had a good year. You know, you had a fucked up nose, but it was seen all around the world. Like, shit, man. You're like, now you got this bullshit, which you created. It's your fault.
Maybe Jeff Neal needs to pay him another visit.
Yeah. See, I always wonder about that, like the business side. Like, what's
What?
gonna happen? Like, him acting like this. Like, is he gonna get another fight, or is he gonna be available on the mic more, or
Mm,
not, or you know what I
mm.
mean? Like, are they gonna punish him, or because it's not a good image and this and that? Like, I always think about shit like that.
Yeah, but Nate Diaz says it too, and nobody gives a fuck when he says it. Like
He's not
even
saying it to an actor and calling him out and being disrespectful, though, right?
okay,
There's that too, but and then Nate is just I don't even like it when he says it.
I don't either, and I don't either. It's just funny that some people, even that are not black, get that pass from the media. Which that, like I said, a few weeks ago when we were talking about Rampage, like it's just funny that the media gives certain people passes for really weird shit that make no sense.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say, I asked you about if you're a fan, if to be a fan. This doesn't really affect my like. Yeah, I don't want him to say this again. I don't want him to continue to say it at all. But I know he's gonna continue to do so, and I do not think the UFC will cut him anything. And to be honest, I'm a fan. I'm still a fan. It hasn't really changed my opinion of him. I would even dare to say that I'm almost a bigger fan, not because I'm a fan of him saying this, but because he's an entertaining fighter. Win or lose, I've always liked to see him fight, but now if he loses, it's like double as good, you know? If he wins, it's usually exciting. If he loses, it's gonna be even more sweet, you know? Especially if he loses to a black guy. Like the Jeff Neal fight, like I was surprised. I was surprised that happened. Like I was super psyched for Jeff Neal because I'm a fan of his. But I'd kind of forgotten about some of, not that I've forgotten about the N-word stuff, it's just from the past. But I'm like, all right, he hasn't said in a while. Maybe he's kind of gone past that phase. And especially after a black dude lays you the fuck out like that, you'll probably learn. But clearly he didn't. So now it's like, keep him coming. Keep the ass whoopings coming.
That's right. He did get knocked out by Jeff Neal.
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful knockout. Maybe he's suffering from CTE or something. Like, where's this anger coming from? He's so angry. Like, he's going after this fight. Like, why? You know you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. And what are you trying to do? Spark interest or more followers? Or, like, I don't understand. This is a bad angle if you're trying to do that. Very bad angle.
I'm not of the opinion that many fighters are smart. And Mike Perry is definitely not in that pool of any smart fighters. He's definitely not in it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you'd want, if you're not smart, you'd at least want him to act decent. And this is definitely not decent. But
okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting.
It's like I kind of look at him the way I'd look at John Lineker. You know, most people are John Lineker fans, but there's a lot who are like, man, I can't be on board with him because he's always missing weight. He's very unprofessional. And meanwhile, I'm in the background. I'm like, who gives a shit? He's John Lineker. He's not a title contender. He's not a future champion. He's here to fuck people up. That's what he does. His job in life, what he should write on his tax returns is I fuck people up. And with Mike Perry, he should just say, I'm a dumb motherfucker and I do dumb shit. I get in stupid brawls and I never have any kind of game plan in my fights. So yeah, I'm going to say and do stupid shit. This is not to say that, you know, what he said is not bad. I've said it's bad, and it's obviously very insensitive and very stupid of him. But like I just said, he does stupid shit. And he didn't get it before. He's not getting it now. I don't know what it's going to take for him to get it, but whatever comes his way, yeah, it's I can't be surprised. I can't even really be mad. There's Mike Perry's been in jail. You know, I would think if there's anyone that kind of knows street rules, hood rules, whatever you want to call them, might be him. But he also tattooed platinum on his face, so.
Yeah, that's true. There's that.
And anyone who has God's gift tattooed on their belly, you can't really think that they're going to make wise decisions. That was the first giveaway.
Oh, man. Seriously, like not having fights for all these weeks, it's really driving people insane.
Remember those videos he was doing with his girl? Well, not with his girl. He was bitching about his girl because she like kicked him out because he was looking at other women and shit.
Yeah.
That's Mike Perry, man. That's the kind of guy he is. He's a fucking moron.
God damn it.
Meanwhile, we're surprised that he's doing shit like this. I mean, come on, man. Yes, and I never found it funny when he was saying the N-word before. Like I was just kind of like not surprised. I'm like, yeah, because he doesn't seem like a bright individual. But yeah, this was definitely crossing the line because he actually said it to someone, and yeah, he was being disrespectful. But in his mind, he was just saying like, "Oh, I'll say that to a white guy." So he's like, if some white dude pissed me off, I'll call him the same thing. But it seems like totally lost in him that Michael J. White is a black man, and you don't say that to black people.
Yeah, you'll get your ass beat, but
But
in
that's the
this
fucked up
case,
thing
you probably
too.
won't say that.
That's the fucked up thing too is that Mike Perry will definitely fuck up Michael J. White. Michael J. White's like a 50-something-year-old man who hasn't had an actual pro sanctioned fight. So yeah, in this case, I think Mike Perry could fuck up Michael J. White, but that's beside the point.
I don't know. I'd like to see it actually.
You like to see? I don't want to test that.
Oh,
It
we
doesn't
kind of
matter
see
what.
it now.
It doesn't matter whether he could or not.
Hmm.
At that point, it's not about someone's gonna whoop your ass. At that point, it's you might get jumped. And at that point, I'm not really putting my bets on Mike Perry.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun for a minute. So
Eh,
anyway,
Michael Jai White's a skilled martial artist, but he is no like
fighter.
yeah, that's a different thing.
No, it's like
At least
Joker.
not at least not in
Sorry.
that class. At least not in that class.
Yeah. Right.
Hmm. Um, next up, so there was this I guess you could call it headline talk, uh, debate, whatever. Joanna Jedrzejczyk has opened up and said that she's had a lot of issues in the past few years, namely that her and her fiance had broken up, and that has probably had something to do with her skid in the last year or two, uh, pre Michelle Waterson fight. So some people had their thoughts on this one. I'm kind of just that I'm not surprised. I can believe it. It's just I don't know. I guess kind of weird that she comes out now with it. But what's your take on it?
I thought it was weird too. I thought it was another excuse again. Because before it was like, oh, I had bad weight cut and that's why I didn't perform well. But I mean, she got beat by Rose twice, and she was just throwing out excuses. And I'm like, okay, is this another one? So
It's hard with Joanna's personality because
yeah,
like it she does not seem like a gracious loser. Like
no,
people give her credit because she showed her face to the media even after getting knocked out by Rose and then losing to Rose the second time. Like I think with the Valentina fight too. Like she's not gonna hide. She's not gonna pull Ronda Rousey. But I really think Ronda Rousey fucked up because now facing the media is like something to be praised. Like before Ronda Rousey, everybody did it. The only reason you didn't face the media is because you're like Colby Covington got your jaw broken or
yeah,
got your fucking leg broken or something. It's like you literally can't be at the press conference because you're too injured to go. But I'm like, I don't really give her praise for that. I give praise to guys like Dominic Cruz who not only face the media but absolutely give no excuses.
gangster. Yeah.
You know, Ben Askren too. Like as much as I've disliked the guy, I can definitely respect him for that. But it's not necessarily worthy of praise to just face the media just because you lost. One girl did it who was not did not have the mindset, never opened her mind to the possibility that she might lose, so she broke, and no one's ever really done that since.
Mm-hmm.
Like even with Colby Covington, like people, oh he didn't face the music and this and that. Dude, he got his jaw broken. He had other shit to worry about. He couldn't. He literally couldn't talk. He had to go to the hospital. Like at least cut him some slack there, if anything.
Yeah, he ran away. He literally ran out the building.
He did run out. He definitely did that, but he couldn't talk if he wanted to anyway.
Right?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it happened, it sucks. I mean, sorry you got your heart broken. Your man like cheated on you. Your manager is stealing money from you. You were going through some shit, but you gotta be careful with your money. You gotta watch yourself. Number two, with the whole relationship thing, like you gotta understand, like you have to be there for your significant other, or it's just gonna happen.
Meaning,
Sucks, man.
meaning she needs to be there.
Yeah, she needs to carve out time, or just understand
Mm-hmm.
that like you can't juggle both right now,
Yeah.
especially if you want to be a champion. You can't. It's hard.
And I know that the guy, I think the guy was like a tennis player or something. I know for a fact he wasn't a fighter. And I think that's a dynamic that a lot of people don't really understand too. Like even fighters, like if you're gonna be with a no, like look at Holly Holm. You know, she I don't know how long she was with her husband for, and they just got a divorce.
Hmm.
Like he's not a fighter. I'm not saying that fighters are always gonna make good couples anyway. They look at you know
Yeah.
like a Rachel Ostovich's situation. Her husband was a
Yes.
fighter, and look what happened. But
Usually does work well.
in one way, they at least understand one another. But if you're not a fighter, you're just why are you being selfish? Why are you sleeping all the time? Why are you always going to? It's like they don't get it because
Hmm.
they don't have that mindset.
Hmm. Yeah, you don't have time for your family either. Yeah, so I mean, she's young. Hopefully, she'll learn from this too. Like it's not her fault. I'm not saying it's her fault that she got cheated on this and that. I'm just saying like you have to be aware too.
Yeah, that's life advice from Reen. Should be a new
Hmm.
segment.
Yeah, watch. I mean, no, who's gonna watch your back, right? You gotta watch yourself, man. You gotta take care of yourself.
Yeah, and now we talked about this off air, but it's
Yeah.
funny we both came to the same conclusion of some of the augmentation now makes perfect sense.
Let's just say it, man. She got titties because of a broken heart.
She needed a boost, literally.
Hey, man, if it's a motivator, do what you gotta do, man. Like, I'm not gonna knock it if that's what it is, but just don't deny it. Somebody asks.
Oh
You
man,
already disclose information about your relationship and shit.
yeah.
How your man, just go a little bit deeper. So why did you get him?
I want to meet the media member who's gonna ask that question.
I would. I'd be all nosy.
So
Like,
you,
why did you get him?
so
What
Joanna,
made
what's up
you?
with them titties?
I know. I recently saw you standing next to Kendra Lust in the photo. What's up?
Oh my god.
What's up, girl?
That is the horniest person I've ever seen.
I,
She
she goes to Bellator fights a lot.
oh she's gone?
Yeah.
She's probably just trying to get a peek at Loretta.
Dude, she's friends with somebody. I forget one of the fighters. God, I gotta like.
I know she desperately wants to fuck Valerie Loretta, but that's her and 99% of Twitter.
Yeah, she knows some fighters, so she hangs out with fighters. So, but I didn't know Joanna knew her.
Oh man.
I thought she only did like the MILF movies.
Kendra.
So I've heard.
Well, I'd rather be talking about her than Riley Reid because Riley Reid is just a foul whore.
God, I saw that tweet earlier this week. I guess some girl was selling her pictures, her nude photos to raise money for the fires in Australia. She
Oh
raised
yeah.
like $500,000 or some shit. And then, yeah, that's a lot of money, man. And like in less than a week or some shit. I forgot the numbers on it, but I guess Riley Reid is trying to jump on that shit. Oh, so she tweeted something out, and then there's like all these people talking shit, like you ain't got no ass and this and that, and we can watch you for free.
Wow.
We can watch you for free anyways.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean they're not lying.
So mean. Where are we in the world where we're so mean to porn stars?
It's the same bitch that was peeing right at that.
No, it was not her. It was her friend. But you know,
Well,
guilty.
still,
I don't like guilty by association, but in this case, I think
right?
it's fitting.
You're running the same circles. You probably did the same thing somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Correct. I don't know if this qualifies as a headline, but it's something that's happening. Claressa Shields is fighting this weekend. She's boxing this weekend on the Showtime card. It's one of the only combat sports things I could find, and Claressa Shields is the name, and she has some relevance in the MMA world, whether we want to or not. She's fighting Ivana Habazin. I believe that's how you say her name. And apparently this fight had been postponed because a brawl broke out a few months ago between I think it was the trainers, right, Reen?
Yeah, trainers, team got in a scuffle after weigh-ins or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. People
So
got hurt.
yeah. Okay. We've kind of talked about it on the show how women's boxing is fucked up in so many ways. Claressa Shields is I don't know if I want to say that she's a household name because women's boxing is like so small. But if there was such a thing as household name, it's probably her because she's even known outside of it because she helps a lot with stuff with like in Flint. That's a big cause of hers, and she's from the area. But the whole Flint water crisis, that's a subject near and dear to her heart. But I don't know. I just think she's reaching way too much lately with the whole Amanda Nunes thing and calling herself the greatest boxer, the greatest female boxer of all time, and all the shit she's saying to her opponents. Like, I don't know. Like, you think it's just? I mean, I'm of the opinion that she's just doing it for clicks and for attention, because women's boxing doesn't get a lot of attention. But I mean, is this the right way to go? Is this?
It's working for her, obviously. She's getting all these awards and recognition, but she's been getting a lot of hate lately, especially this week, I've noticed.
Yeah, because she's just been turning it up to like. Well, there was also the thing. I think probably what's driving people the most mad is that she's pulling a Ronda Rousey. I don't know if you saw some of her comments about men.
Oh
About
shit!
yeah, she's saying that she can fight men her size, and that she could even give Gennady Golovkin a run for his money.
Oh shit! No,
Yeah,
no,
yep.
no, no, no.
That was the thing that was said. She's going down that route.
God damn it! I hate it when they do that. I really
people
do.
really need to say. People really need to stop with this. People really need to stop with this, man. I know that Henry Cejudo was like joking about what, and people gave him so much shit for that, and they should have. They should have, and that was a clear joke in my eyes. But still, even Shevchenko entertaining it kind of pissed me off because it's like,
oh god,
does she think that she could probably yeah, can it happen? I guess, but let's not even entertain the thought. Perish the thought, people.
Mm-hmm.
And Claressa Shields, yeah.
No wonder people are getting mad. I thought it was like stemming from her trying to cross over and get into this whole MMA thing, but yeah.
I just find it funny that she's so insistent that Nunes box her, but she doesn't want to step in the cage, and that's kind of the way that Nunes smashed it. Like, you want to fight me so much, step in here.
Oh yeah, right.
You can box here as much as you want. Box me up, and let's see what happens. I'm just wrestle the shit out of you. Like, at least with Mayweather and Conor, like, we knew, like, of course Conor's gonna take that fight. It's fucking a gajillion dollars. He has all the reason in the world to take it, and there's all the reason in the world for Floyd to not come to the UFC to go in a cage. But this is gonna be for what? $1 million, maybe split if they're lucky.
Who knows, man? So is she going up in weight? Or is she going down? Or what is this fight about?
I saw that the belt was vacant. Usually when the belt is vacant is that, somebody probably went up in weight, and because she has a lot of titles. So yeah, I'm going to say that she is going up in weight. I really don't know much about women's boxing as far as the weight classes go, but that kind of goes to boxing as well. I know like 3 of the weight classes. I basically know like welterweight and middleweight. And other than that, like I kind of know lightweight. Other than that, I get lost because there's way too many divisions. And if you're asking me about women's boxing, that's a whole other hill to climb up that I'm just not willing to do at this moment. But yeah, I mean, she keeps getting the belts. Good. I mean, I hope this fight is good. I probably might not be able to watch it, but I'll catch highlights. But yeah, that's this week in Claressa Shields.
Cool. I wonder if Halle Berry's gonna be there.
Oh yeah, they're homegirls, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably will be. That does it for headlines. Let's get straight into the matchups, and we got plenty of them this week. First up, we're going to talk Bellator. We rarely talk Bellator when it comes to matchups, but I think these are some pretty good fights, and they're coming up soon. The Bellator 238 card, which is the Cyborg Bud card, which is happening in about, 2 weeks' time?
Yep.
Yeah. Ava Knight, speaking of boxers, she's a very good one, and she's transitioned to MMA. She made a really good debut. She had a really good debut a few months back. She's gonna take on Emily Geddes, who I'm not sure who she is, but I like Ava Knight, so I wanted to highlight here, and I'm definitely excited for this one.
Dang, they just threw her in there, huh? Because it's
Well,
the
yeah,
fight's
'cause
in like a couple weeks.
yeah, but Bellator does that sometimes, especially good. I mean, I know Ava Knight's kind of regarded as a prospect right now, but she's only have what, one or two fights. So I mean,
Yeah,
oh yeah, it was her
total.
pro debut. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, they're gonna do that. They're just gonna stick her in the prelim somewhere. But yeah, if you guys have not seen her fight, check her out. She is a very talented, and she's picking up the game pretty quick. Another fight that was announced: Juan Archuleta and Henry Corrales. That is also happening on that same card. That just looks like fucking pure fireworks.
Damn, Juan Archuleta, did he just fight recently?
Yeah, he lost to Patricio, I believe,
Oh, that's right.
and Corrales lost to I'm forgetting his name. I'm forgetting who the guy was. But Corrales is always down for a fucking brawl, and Archuleta has got wicked knockout power and can wrestle his ass off. So I think this fight can be good. I think Corrales is a pretty decent wrestler too. So maybe this is one of those fights where it's two wrestlers and they keep it standing. Probably like Usman and Covington, where they just, you know,
Brawl it out.
yeah. Hopefully that'd be dope. Next up, getting to the UFC on the Auckland card, happening February 22nd. Loma Lookboonmee is fighting Hannah Goldie. Hannah Goldie's okay. I haven't been overly impressed, but I mean, I guess I'm glad she's in the UFC. She's gonna serve a purpose. In this case, I think it's to boost, yeah, get Loma some eyes on her because that Alexandru Albu debut was great, but unfortunate because Albu kept cheating. Goldie, I hope will not do that. Pretty sure she won't do that. So let's see what she does when people actually follow the rules.
Right? Cool. And that's when? Wait.
February 22nd.
February. Okay, cool. That's
Yeah,
coming up
next
too.
month.
Sweet.
UFC Auckland. Yeah,
Hell
I'm
yeah.
always gonna be down with Loma, man.
Yep. Same.
Yeah. Next up on the UFC Norfolk card, which is on February 29th, Luis Pena, also known as Violent Bob Ross, is going to take on Alex Munoz. I know Violent Bob Ross has a lot of fans. I was kind of with him for a second, but then all the missed weight cuts and I don't know. He just doesn't seem as good as he should have been. I haven't been too impressed with him. But Alex Munoz, like what I said about Andre Fili earlier, I'm not always high on alpha male prospects because I don't know. Look at Cody Garbrandt. Shit happens.
Sorry.
But I really like Alex Munoz. I was so surprised that he did not get a contract off the Contender Series when he beat Nick Newell. I liked him because he was super mean, and like I always see the thing with Nick Newell with people that fight Nick Newell. Most guys, whether they win or lose, they like look like they feel bad as they're doing it. Like they're kind of. I'm not gonna say take it easy on them because I don't want to disrespect Nick Newell like that. But they look like uncomfortable. Like, man, am I really here? And Munoz just treated him like fuck, like he was just dude in his way. He was super mean, super aggressive, and I liked it. As soon as I'm like, man, this guy's a stud. And they did not sign him. I guess he had another regional fight, and now they signed him. And honestly, I think he's gonna beat the shit out of Luis Pena.
I think so too.
You've seen him fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast, man. He almost reminds me of like a better version of Chad Mendes.
Sorry, I'm looking at his picture.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, I paused.
Ah, it's okay. It's okay. It's weird because his name is Munoz. He sounds like he'd be Hispanic, but he looks very white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's odd. You keep on. Yeah, don't let me stop you. Another fight, man. This is gonna be a hell of a fight. Alex Oliveira, who speaking of pieces of shit people, Alex Oliveira is a guy who should not get any of your respect because of the whole thing of driving around with his kid drunk and all that shit. Alex
Whatever
Oliveira.
happened with that shit? Nothing else happened, right?
See, that's what I'm saying. You're worried about Mike Perry getting canceled over this N-word shit. Look what Alex Oliveira did, and everybody forgot about it. But he's going to be fighting Max Griffin at UFC
Yeah,
248,
it's a good
March
fight.
7th. I believe as of right now, Joanna and Wiley is still supposed to be the main event for that, right?
I think so. So far,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that's
Damn.
happening, man.
This is
It's
Max's fight. Has to be.
not an easy one.
No, but man, the last fight he had was what against
Was it Thiago
Thiago
Alves?
Thiago Alves, and he got screwed in that fight, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Well,
got
I kind of thought Alves won, but I wouldn't have been mad if Griffin won that one. He definitely looked good in it. They both looked good. That's the problem. That's why he lost,
mm.
especially down in Brazil.
Oh
But
no, he's fought before that too. Damn man, I missed some fights.
oh yeah, we've definitely
Yeah.
been missing fights. We've been
Okay.
busy, but this is one that I do not want to miss. I'm definitely gonna be tuning
Yeah.
in for that one. This is a rumor here, but they're saying that Damian Maia is supposed to fight Gilbert Burns, probably going to headline UFC Brasilia, which is happening on March 14th. So Gilbert Burns finally getting that fight, that big fight he's been wanting. If
And
this comes true,
possibly Maya's retirement fight.
I hope so, man. Win, lose, or draw, I hope so. You and I were under the impression that he was definitely going to be Ben Askren because we know math, and that did not add up well for Ben Askren. But yeah, I mean, Burns is the guy, that young, hungry dude, very skilled on the ground. I mean, shit, if they go to the ground, people were talking about Askren and Maya on the ground. Burns knows his shit, man. He can be submitted, of course. It's Damian Maya, but it is not going to be easy. And if there's a man alive that can fucking choke out Damian Maya, it's probably Gilbert Burns. If it's gonna happen, it's probably gonna be because of Gilbert Burns.
Oh yeah, this one I'm looking forward to. Like the last one, I didn't care. They would
Oh,
probably go
Maya
to
and Askren.
yeah, they're gonna probably go to the ground. Blah blah blah. Like this one, I do want to see. I want to see who wins this one.
And of course, Burns in the stand up. I mean, we've seen how good he's been getting, so
Yeah,
Maya's got a lot of trouble there if that's where it's gonna stay.
dude, I like it. I like this fight.
Yeah, me too. Hopefully it comes together because it's kind of just a rumor at this point, but hopefully it comes together. Another fight that I swear to God, I feel like these guys have fought before, and I feel like they fought like 2 or 3 times already. But anyway, Jeremy Stevens is gonna fight Calvin Kattar. Great fight. It's scheduled for
Wow.
UFC 248. Great fight, but man, I just I feel like they fought already before. But man, it's gonna be super interesting. I hope Jeremy Stevens is on. I mean, the Yair Rodriguez fight was very good, but he was in full brawl mode. I hope he can. I want to see the Jeremy Stevens that beat the shit out of Gilbert Melendez. That was like one of my favorite fights of his because it was he didn't knock him out, but he just punished the shit out of him. With the leg kicks, and his boxing looked very crisp. I want that Jeremy Stevens, and with Calvin Kattar, he has a similar style. Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I like it, but I don't know, Jeremy.
Man, he's been in the UFC what, like 12 years now. I mean, he's in the UFC for a reason. He wins when he's supposed to. But I really
Right.
like Calvin Kattar too. So this is one of those fights that I don't really care who wins. It should be good.
Yeah. Dang, that's a quick turnaround for him too. Good for him.
Stevens?
Yep.
Oh no, well both of them, yeah, because Kattar fought in November.
Cater. That's right.
Yep. But well, Stevens is the impressive one because he was in a war. Kattar,
Shit.
well, it was a good fight too, but I don't think he got as hurt as Stevens did.
Yeah. Cut what? Weight twice?
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
debacle. Yeah.
Mhm. Next up, and possibly the biggest fight announcement. Well, ha 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 of 2020. Looks like Rose Namajunas is gonna fight Jessica Andrade again, and they're trying to schedule it for UFC 249, which is the Khabib Ferguson card. Still, knock on wood every time I say it. But man,
Yeah,
the
finally.
fucking balls on Rose Namajunas, man.
She wants
Th-
that fucking fight back. That's amazing.
I wouldn't want to be in the same room with Jessica Andrade after what happened to me
She
if I
almost
was fucking.
died. She almost died.
You know what's really fucked up? I don't want to be a downer, but like I almost think with Rose, I wonder if she looks at shit online sometimes and it gets to her. Because there's so many people that hate on Rose and call her like they were calling her names when she wasn't defending her belt, and oh yeah, that she's still traumatized by the Connor bus incident and shit. There's people who love to hate
Oh
on her,
God. Yeah.
especially some of these fucking Joanna marks. But it's like, dude, what? She went down to Brazil to fight the scariest woman in the division, doing very good. Obviously, she lost, but now she's coming back to fight her again.
Yep.
You know, Andrade lost her belt in the meantime. Obviously, that's not good. But she had another fight since Joanna. I'm sorry, since Rose. Rose has not fought anybody since. It's been almost a year, and she's gonna come back to fight the same woman who damn near killed her. Literally, damn near killed her.
That's insane, man. It's like
That
facing Romero twice, back to back.
you want to talk about fucking being a thug? That's some thug ass shit right there, man. That Rose
That's
is a
tough.
fucking G to the fullest.
Yep, that's tough, man.
Yeah,
I
this
like it.
this is like I remember with people too with Michael Bisping. People, well, it was for different reasons, but people were giving Bisping a tough time because he wanted to fight Hendo again, for the title shot and all that, for his title defense. But come on, he was gonna fight a guy who damn near killed him too. I don't give a shit how old he is. He still had that right hand, and it almost happened again. He almost knocked him out
Right?
twice.
Yeah.
Like, and remember, with one fucking
Fucking
eye.
eye, right? He
So
could have
shut
lost
the
another
fuck
one.
up.
Yep. Insane,
Oh
man.
my god. Yeah. So
Fucking haters.
I mean, this is got to be one of the most interesting rematches, one of the most anticipated rematches in a while, right? Because we learned so much yet so little in the first fight. Like I really think come fight night, this is gonna be like 50-50. Like the odds, the expert opinions, the media, the fans. Because you can't be mad at picking Rose, but of course, how can you pick against Andrade too?
Right? Yeah, no. Ooh. It's gonna be
Yeah.
tough. But I can't wait to see it.
Hell yeah. That fight was good for whatever it was, whatever long it lasted the first time, and I'm
Shit.
gonna think that this one's gonna be better, and hopefully not as scary.
She looked fucking amazing. Rose looked beautiful. Like her footwork was amazing.
It was like one of the most perfect performances I've seen. It like
Yeah.
the first round was as good as GSP knocking out Matt Hughes in the rematch. That's one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life with GSP and Matt Hughes. And Rose was on her way of doing that, if not better, but she got slammed on her head.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
if that wouldn't have happened, I wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
So we get to see it, hopefully.
Yep.
Dog on wood, like you said.
Yeah. Yep. And then and if that's like the co-main Andrade and Namajunas, and then Khabib and Ferguson, madness, total madness. So yeah, no news story. I think we're just gonna cut it here today, you guys. Give you a bit of a shorter show. We talked a lot of MMA, even though not much has been going on. So hope you cut us a break. Again, apologies for last week. They will be released soon, and you'll probably get it in conjunction. So I hope you have a fun time listening to 2 episodes at once. So you can find me on Twitter at Juice_MMA. Reen.
Fox with you on Instagram and Twitter.
And follow the show at iFoxWithJuice. And we're everywhere that podcasts are. iTunes, Spreaker, Podcast Republic, Spotify, Stitcher, you name it. We're there. So give us a like, share it, listen to it, tell your friends about us. And happy 2020, guys. Hope to stick around. Hope you guys stick around, and we'll be keeping up with you guys. So
Yeah.
thanks a lot.
Happy 2020. Be nice to each other.